Welcome to tonight's broadcast. Tonight's story is called The Tent Beside Ours. This story was submitted by a listener named Rachel. She wrote, "My husband says we were lucky to survive that weekend. I don't think it was luck. I think whoever was out there simply chose someone else first. This is her story. My husband Aaron and I went camping every October. Same routine, same cooler, same lantern, same state park in northern Montana. We liked going late in the season because hardly anyone was around. The cold air, orange trees, the empty trails, and of course, the best part was the silence. That year, there were only 3 campsites occupied: ours, an RV near the lake, and one tent site across from us, a dark green tent beneath pine trees. But we never saw people. Not once did we see anyone come or go, which felt a little strange, but not impossible. Around sunset Saturday, we started a fire and cooked hot dogs over the flames. Aaron kept glancing towards the green tent, and finally he said, "You ever notice no one's touched that campsite?" I looked over. The tent zipper was shut, the cooler was outside, camping chairs were set up, and a lantern was hanging from a branch, like someone had stepped away for 5 minutes. Except it had looked exactly like that since Friday. At 11 p.m., we went into our tent. The wind picked up and branches were scraping overhead. And sometime after midnight, I woke up to footsteps, slow crunching through dead leaves, right outside, circling our tent. Aaron heard it too, and neither one of us moved. The footsteps stopped right beside my head. So close, I could hear breathing through the canvas. Then footsteps moved away. At sunrise, Aaron went outside first. Then I heard him yelling for me. The green tent across from ours was unzipped. Inside, a sleeping bag soaked with blood. But there was nobody, just blood everywhere. The park rangers called police, and a search team came in. They found drag marks leading into the woods. Then, they found the campers, a couple from Idaho, buried under pine needles less than 200 yards from our site. They were both murdered, likely the night before, while we sat by our fire, listening to music and completely unaware. Police believe the killer stayed nearby watching campers for days before attacking. No arrests were ever made. Rachel ended with, "The worst part is knowing that footsteps were heard outside our tent that night. Didn't belong to an animal, and didn't belong to the dead couple either." Our next story is called Something Was Dragging His Body, submitted by Ben. He wrote, "I still camp, but never alone, and never near water after dark." This is his story. 3 of us went deep into the Ozarks for a weekend fishing trip. Me, my brother Kyle, and our friend Drew. Out there, we had no service, there was no cabins, and no roads nearby, just forest and river. It was a perfect place to disappear, which I learned the hard way. The second night, we stayed up drinking around the fire. Stories were told, and laughs were shared. After 1 a.m., Drew said he was going down to the river to pee. He took a flashlight. We'd heard him walking downhill, and then silence, and then screaming. Not joking, not yelling, screaming like someone was killing him. Kyle grabbed a lantern and ran. I followed. At the river bank, Drew's flashlight was floating in shallow water. Still on, spinning slowly. But Drew was gone. Then we heard splashing farther downstream, like something large moving faster through the water. dragging weight behind it. We searched until sunrise. The police searched for 3 days. Then they found Drew's body lodged between fallen branches nearly half a mile downriver. His throat had been cut and deep burns around both ankles. Something or someone had dragged him. The police found boot prints around our campfire. Someone had been watching us from the tree line for hours before Drew disappeared, maybe longer. Ben ended his story. Sometimes I still hear that flashlight bouncing in the river current in my dreams. Tonight's final story came from Allison. She wrote, "If you camp in isolated places, check the trees before nightfall." This is her story. Four of us rented a backcountry campsite in Oregon. There were no nearby campers, just one clearing surrounded by thick woods. First night was normal. Then the strange things started. Food moved overnight, tent zipper opened by itself, small rocks tossed into camp from the woods. We blamed each other, thought someone was messing around, until Emma found the camera. It was strapped high in a tree, pointed directly at camp, and it was recording, hidden in camouflage tape, and of course it wasn't ours. We panicked, packed immediately, but Jake was missing. He'd gone collecting firewood 20 minutes earlier. We shouted for him, but nothing. Then Emma screamed. Pinned to a nearby tree with a hunting knife was Jake's flannel shirt, covered in blood. Police found Jake 2 days later, about a mile away. He was murdered. The camera contained hours of footage. Someone had been recording us since we arrived. Sleeping, changing, cooking, laughing. They were watching us the entire time, waiting. They never identified who placed the camera or who killed Jake. Allison ended her submission with, "I used to love camping because it felt peaceful. Now, when I walk into the woods, I can't stop wondering who got there before me." Thank you for watching. And if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe. And if you would like to submit one of your stories, email me at tonightsbroadcast77@gmail.com. Until the shadows call again, good night.